I was just recently in the Baltic states, and I met there with a lot of decision makers, as well as with people who work in national security and diplomacy. And there was something that they talked about quite a bit, which is a fear that Russia would attack one of the Baltic states, or even Poland. But the objective would not be to take territory. They realize that's a war that Russia can't afford to get into at this point, and it certainly cannot get into a war with NATO. But the objective is different. The objective is simply, imagine this. They roll into a small little village somewhere in Lithuania, and they just hang out there for 12 hours, 18 hours, put up a Russian flag, and leave. Now, what would that achieve? Well, before 18 hours, NATO would not be able to respond. Very few militaries would be able to respond effectively in that period, but it would do something. It would change the narrative in Europe. Nobody would be talking about Ukraine. They'd be talking about, is NATO going to have a war with Russia? But also the people in those countries, what would happen with them? They would demand that their leaders get more of the things that they need to defend their countries. And that means that Ukraine would get less support. It would get less things to protect its skies because those countries now do face a true threat from Russia that's been demonstrated. So it'd be a very cheap and effective way of getting the entire population to not support more aid for Ukraine.
Yes, definitely. They are doing a lot of hybrid warfare in this space, and they try to. Their number one goal is to reduce or stop the military aid to Ukraine. That's basically what they're trying to do right now, and they'll use any tool in their toolbox to do that.